This scenario kept everyone spellbound up to Madrid. The red jersey changed owners on the second-to-last stage of this Vuelta 2015, and the only certainty was that the winner would be a first-time winner of a Grand Tour. Title holder Alberto Contador was absent, and the men who did well on the Tour de France, like Quintana and Valverde, seemed exhausted. Vincenzo Nibali got excluded on stage 2 for hanging onto a car to catch up to the pack after a crash. And Chris Froome abandoned following a crash on the first mountain stage. Rarely had a Grand Tour offered that much suspense. The first to shine on the Spanish roads was a Colombian, but not the expected Quintana, it was Esteban Chaves. After a neutralized prologue on day 1, the man from Orica Greenedge dominated the stages 2 and 6. 2 mountain stages that allowed Chaves to take the lead by 10 seconds to a very resilient Tom Dumoulin. The Dutchman from Giant Alpecin remained a threat in the overall ranking. In the mountains, he stayed glued to the best climbers and bode his time, and his moments eventually came on stage 9. With the ascent to the Alto de Puig Lorenza at Benitachell. With an incredible performance on the final ascent, Dumoulin left one rival after the other behind to beat Tour de France winner Chris Froome on the finish line. The Dutchman got to spend the first day off in the red jersey, but with 4 mountain stages on the second race week, the hardest was still to come. On the first mountain stage in Cortal d'Encamp in Andorra, Team Astana showed their ambition. Mikel Landa took the stage before Fabio Aru, who distanced the other leaders by over a minute and took 1 minute and 37 seconds off Tom Dumoulin, enough for the Italian to take the red jersey by 30 seconds. Aru's lead would grow the following days. After the Alto Campo on stage 14 and the Sotres Cabrales on stage 15, Aru's lead to Dumoulin grows to 1 minute and 25 seconds. Dumoulin even dropped out of the top 3, passed by Rafał Majka from Tinkoff Saxo. Joaquim Rodriguez held on to rank 2, but the individual time trial to begin the final race week was about to change things again. Dumoulin's hopes rose again after taking the stage on Wednesday, the 9th of September at Burgos. It was Dumoulin's second stage win on this Vuelta. He distanced his rivals on the 39-kilometer trek, took the red jersey off Aru's shoulders again, and more importantly, Rodriguez and Majka were left with little hope of winning the Vuelta. 3 days left to go for Dumoulin. He's not a mountain specialist, and his strategy was clear. To stick to Fabio Aru and never get distanced. This worked on stage 18 at Riaza. Both arrived within the same time. 2 days of suffering were left for Dumoulin before being able to enter Madrid in the red jersey. The stage after Avila was taken by Alexis Goujard. Dumoulin took 3 more seconds off Aru, and everything looked like the 24-year-old Dutchman would ride to his first Grand Tour success. But the Vuelta was 1 day too long for the man from Giant Alpecin. On stage 20, from San Lorenzo del Escorial to Cercedilla, 4 first-category slopes were on the menu, and the third ascent was fatal to Dumoulin. He eventually lost close to 4 minutes to his rivals and even dropped out of the race top 5. After having been close to winning on the Giro several times, Fabio Aru is finally rewarded on a Grand Tour. The 25-year-old Italian wins the Vuelta before Rodriguez and Majka. This certainly wasn't the last we've seen of him.